Welcome to the Hop Frontier presented by HPA, our new series which explores what's happening at the very forefront of hop innovation from breeding and processing to brewing. Today, HPA launched its long awaited new hop, Luna. I say long awaited as this hop was first created by HPA's powerhouse breeding program back in 2003, and it's been an epic journey to bring this next chapter in beer flavour to market. To talk more about Luna, how it came to be, and how it can be used to best effect in your beers, I'm joined by HPA's Head of Breeding and Research, Dr. Simon Whittock, and Bright Brewery's Operations Manager, Lewis Kerr. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Bit of excitement. We're talking about the launch of a new hop today, guys. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's very exciting. I
It
am
is very
Raz.
It is.
It
It
is very
is.
exciting. Now, Simon, I'm going to start with you. For those of us,
Yep.
let's take it back a little bit. For those of us new to the world of hop breeding, I understand there's quite a science and an art to it. Can you just break it down for me in layman's terms?
Yeah, thanks, Craig. I think the science comes in at a few levels. So we're working in field trials, so there's an element of experimental design and sort of scientific practice that underlies the whole program.
Mm-hmm.
Then you need to overlay a knowledge of genetics and inheritance, and, why certain things get passed down through the generations and how to how to manipulate that in a way. And then specific to hop, you need to understand the chemistry of hops, so the bitter acids and the flavor compounds, and then some of the brewing chemistry as well. Having a horticultural commodity that's actually filtered via another process, it's kind of unique.
And the artistry to it. So the kind of where does the creativity and the creative license come into play?
Yeah, I think I like so whether in science and in art, one of the key things where people succeed is that application of discipline over time. And so I think, in our case, we're out there, we're trying to breed, a selection of hops that have interesting flavor potential. But we're out there performing crosses and measuring and assessing these plants year in, year out. So you've got to have the right um, assessment methods in place, and you've got to have the right eyes on the ground, so to speak. You've got to be able to pick these plants out from thousands of other ones in the field um, and sort of chaperone them through a 10-year process. So um, is that the artistic? I think that's really sort of the artistic equivalent of this. It's just that discipline that you have to apply over a long period of time to be successful.
I love it. It's like watching your child grow up. I guess at any one time, HPA has a large cohort of numbered varieties going on through their
Mhm.
breeding program. What made Luna stand out to you?
So there's a backstory here in that when I took on the HPA program way back in 2006 and 2007, we had a huge swathe of material that had already sort of been partially selected. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
that well documented, and it was taking up too much space. So one of my first jobs was to grab the records and trim that down and make it fit. And a couple of the very first things to shake out of that process were what ended up being Ella, Vic Secret, and then Eclipse. So they were identifiable. There was enough data to suggest that they were probably good enough to make it as bittering hops, which was the target at the time. They later got shown to be have the flavour potential as well.
Mm.
And there was a cohort behind those that went into a trial tier back, and uh, Luna was in that. So it was identified quite early. Good agronomic performance, and I think by 2012 we had sensory data in beer on it as well. That was very encouraging. So it stays in the program and gets evaluated on those basis. And then latterly, growing a lot of Galaxy, there's pressure on our harvest window. So we don't really want to bring another later maturing variety through, something that wants to be picked in the third week of March. We'd rather focus that window on Galaxy for quality reasons. So um, something that matures early in March and does so, it can be harvested sustainably, is very appealing to us. So that was when we came to evaluate our opportunity to release another variety, that was a big tick in favour of Luna.
Yeah, nice. So art, science, and growing windows are important elements there.
Market opportunity is the other one.
Absolutely. Can I ask about the name? I think, when it comes to hops, names can be based on a range of aspects. You've got your aroma profile, obviously your geographic origin, ancestry or brand. Which of these was the inspiration for Luna?
I think, obviously we're carrying on the space theme from the echoes of galaxy, if you like. Personally, I like to see a feminine name on hop varieties, that they are a female plant. So that fits with that one. And then that obviously gets filtered through all of the trademarking registrations and things like that as to what you are allowed to use. So yeah, it's good to pick a theme, and it's nice to be able to follow on a theme. And Luna follows on the galaxy theme and the eclipse theme quite nicely.
Yeah, nice. It's often one of the hardest things with any new product is coming up with the name. I don't know, were there a lot of ideas and brainstorm sessions that went into this?
So probably the wrong end of the program to be asking that really that sits with the marketing team, and they have to wade through those workshops. And
Yeah. Well, Lewis, let me come to you. Bright Brewery, you guys have brewed a hazy pale to celebrate the launch of Luna. Can you tell me more about what was the idea for the beer? How did Luna perform as part of the brewing process?
Yeah, look, we certainly did brew a hazy. Over the last few years, we've actually been lucky enough to brew with multiple unreleased hops from HPA. Ironically, we've put them all into hazy pales. I think a hazy pale is a great benchmark beer. There's a lot of beers out there that you can compare it to. I think the beer, the malt bill itself, is clean enough and subtle enough that it allows the actual hops to shine through without over competing with the ABV or the complexity of the malt bill. So yeah, I really think it allows the hop to bring some big main character energy to the beer.
Very nice. What's the beer called?
We're calling it Luna Haze.
Yeah, nice. Very cool.
A bit of an ode to Space Haze as well.
Yeah, cool. Nice one. I love the idea of a hazy being the perfect sort of testing ground to really see what a hop does. Mate, like most Australian hops, Luna's got this high aroma intensity. I guess now that you've used it, do you have any advice around dose rates or addition points for brewers to get the best results from the hop?
Yeah, look, I think you're right there. With internal trials, we rated it ourselves at about an 8 out of 10 in terms of intensity on
Nice.
like a rub and sniff kind of panel in our lab.
Mm-hmm.
The aroma definitely hits you from the beginning, a lot like Vic Secret and Galaxy, but you're getting a big waft of, for me, I get grapefruit, berry, and mango. For Luna Haze, what we really wanted for this particular beer, we wanted Luna to pop. So we chose to brew it as a single hop beer, which can often at times be contentious. We've layered in Luna at multiple points throughout the brew, though. So we've got it in the whirlpool, we've got a day zero dry hop, and we've got another dry hop at 12 degrees. And what that's really done is layer in some complexity into a single hop beer that isn't often achieved. It's equivalent of around 9 grams per litre. Yeah, rather than being one dimensional like many single hops, I really think the multiple addition points has helped us with this one. Look, it's a dual purpose hop as well, meaning that it's high in alphas as well as oil content. So it's quite diverse. We didn't use it in the kettle, but you could use it for hot side for effective bittering as well, or you could just plonk it all in dry hop.
Yeah, nice. Mate, one of the things we're liking about Luna is that its aroma profile seems suited to that wide range of styles. So you've mentioned hazies, but anything from lagers to IPAs.
Yep.
I guess now that with that experience, again, any thoughts on what you'd like to brew with it next, or even other hops that you would pair it with outside of a single hop beer?
Yeah, look, as a brewer by trade, I think you'd be remiss to skip a lager.
Yeah, okay.
I'd really like to brew a lager with it. Here at Bright, our flagship beer is Alpine Lager, which is a dry hopped New World style lager. So we are used to working with significant hopping loads in our lagers. I think Luna would really pop in this. We've got a lot of Galaxy and Eclipse in it, and I think the mango would work in really nicely with the elements of those two hops, especially on a clean base, like a clean lager base. Pairing wise, I'm pretty keen to get my hands on it and pair it up with Vic Secret. I reckon. I reckon they're going to be a ripper combo into some bigger beers. So a beer like an IPA or a bigger, fuller, hazy pale of some sort.
Mate, you've got me excited. Sounds great.
Yeah.
So tell me now to bring that home. In your view, why should brewers be giving Luna a try?
Look, it's new, it's fresh, it's something different. And essentially, as a brewer, we're always looking for something new, fresh, and different.
Yeah, nice.
It brings together the mango, the grapefruit, and the berry into one neat little hop, which I'm struggling to kind of think of another hop that does that same job. And the variety, like I've already touched on it, but as a dual purpose hop, you can get a lot out of one single utilization of it.
I think you're right. That versatility, not only from aroma to bittering to flavor, but also across those different styles, like like you mentioned.
Yep.
Mate, Simon, to bring us home, I'm told HPA will have a limited quantity of Luna available for the 2026 crop. Do you have plans to grow more for 2027 crop and beyond?
Yeah, we certainly do. We've chosen to have a fairly steady scaled approach to launch this time. I think the last time that we brought Eclipse through, we had a very ambitious sort of expansion. We tried to put a fair volume on the market, but the world is a different place now. So we've got some available, a launch volume available for 26, and we're aiming to have increasing volumes each year subsequently from that to hopefully follow the brewers who are interested and able to take Luna up and do something with it on a year-on-year basis. Yeah, we're certainly looking
nice.
to. Can't remember the exact numbers, but there's increasing quantities year on year in the planning.
The moral of the story is that if you'd like to get your hands on Luna, you want to jump in quick. Is that the case?
Yeah. Certainly for the first few years, we won't have huge quantities, but hopefully a small quantity of high quality material.
Well, there you go. Well, thank you so much, guys. It's been super helpful. And I think, as I said, if you'd like to get your hands on Luna, the new flavour hop from HPA, make sure you talk to your rep ASAP. Stocks are limited. And stay tuned for more episodes in the Hop Frontier series presented by HPA, looking at the latest hop innovations. Cheers, guys.
Ooh, thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks.
you.